Good evening, good day, and good night, and welcome to Positive Raid. Hope you're having a splendid Saturday. It's, I think we're going to get thunderstorms here. Might have a power cut, you never know. Anyway, huge welcome to everybody watching, and big hello to Nighthawk, who's sitting on the tarmac. We got something different planned for today. We are back in the Starship, because it's just so awesome, so we got to fly it again. But we're not going to use the navigation this time, at least not in the traditional sense. We're not using all the sophisticated waypoints and all that kind of thing. We're just going to see if we can navigate using only VOR and NDB beacons. And you might be surprised how well this plane does that. So hello, big hello to you from me, and right here in the lovely southern region of Scotland. And a big shout out to Nighthawk on tarmac. He's done the flight plan today as well. I'll show you what that's going to look like. So we are... hang on. There we go. Probably take off runway 15. There's no wind to speak of. At least there's nothing in the sim. I don't know what's wrong with the Metars around here, but they just don't seem to have any. Maybe there is no weather. I don't know. Anyway, it's a Gold Coast tour, but we're going high and fast. So we're doing two things today. We're VOR and NDB only, but we're also going to be taking the Starship to its max performance. Well, not max, but close to. So 35,000 feet. Throttles as hard as we can push them, and really put this Starship through its paces. We'll be flying down the Gold Coast, intercepting 4 VLRs, and just as I'm saying that, we've got eggs, which you can look at if I can find them. There we go. You'll see them popping up in the right-hand corner there. So departing from Rockhampton, we're going to intercept Golf Lima Alpha initially. You'll see the frequencies in the heading up there. There is a VOR actually before that we can tune as we're taking off, so we can fly the outbound radial on the same heading as we're flying towards Golf Lima Alpha, and then we can just switch over. Then it's on to Bud, I love that, which is an NDB, and I'm going to show you how to tune that in the Starship and where to track it. Then down to Sierra Uniform, which is another VOR, off to Bravo November on our final heading as we come into excuse me, Gold Coast Airport. There is a VOR right at the airport, so we're going to use that. Now we've got two choices. We can actually switch over. I'm going to do an ILS landing today, just because I haven't demonstrated that yet. We can either overfly the airport and then kind of do a circuit. That's one option. Or if we get down quick enough, we can try and intercept that ILS and do a straight-in landing. So might do one or the other, not sure. We'll see how it works out. But either way, we know that the airport is at CG, so that gives us a rough idea. Apart from that, no moving maps, nothing. Right? This is purely what the radio indicators are picking up. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway. We'll hop into the aircraft here. I'm just going to put that away, and yeah, as I say, there's a local festival today. My wife is down watching the parade with her parents, but it's not looking good out there. I think they're going to get rained on. Hopefully not, but you never know. Anyway, we're going to do a engine start, no external power today, so we're going to just do this the traditional way, which is bring up the ICAS, get the engines going first, so we got enough to power that ICAS screen. Hopefully, I got into a weird kind of glitch the other day. I don't know if it was something that was built into the airplane or something I was doing wrong, or just something weird, so I had to reload Starship, so hopefully it's fine. Quick check on engine condition, both 100%, so that's looking good. Payload, we'll probably need a bit more fuel here, so I'm just going to put in 140 gallons aside. That should be more than plenty to get us to our destination today. And Nighthawk says, I posted the flight plan and the map to Positive Rate flight plan on Discord. Alright, yes, and do join our Discord if you are watching. We're a friendly bunch. Become part of the Positive Rate family. I'll just put the link into the chat there for you. Everything's off, so brakes are set. Double check that. Yes, they are. We got props and condition lever shouldn't be up there. Get down. Don't want to end up blowing the engines before we even get going. Right, okay. Bring those sim noises up as well. That's a bit better. First things first, you want to close that door. We'll just take a wee walk around. That's shut. Lovely. Alright, we'll tuck that away for the moment. And we'll call clear on all sides. Everything ready. We should have the nav lights on. No, that's the no smoking light. And seat belts. Okay. Something like that. Something like that. And we can have cabin aisle. Although it's daytime, so they probably won't really need anything like that. Batteries up, right? Okay, let's go engine 2. Wait for that to top out at 17, or just above. Starting to see that level off. We can introduce fuel. Love the sound. Horus Audio is a wizard. That's all I can say. Right. And one's over 50%. We'll take that ignition off and we can put into full. And that is looking good. Oh, we should have the... That should be an idle position there. There we go. So that should level out. If we do it right, it should level out about 1,000 on the prop. I was calling out red line on ITT last week. I was looking back and I'm like, that's not the ITT, that's the prop RPM. So when you're seeing a red line, this down here, that's actually your RPMs on your prop, because you can stress the props out and the engines. Happy with that. So next thing we want to bring engine 2 on, or engine 1 I should say, so we'll bring that up. I'll just watch the whole sequence from inside the cockpit this time. Topping out nicely there, we're bringing fuel. Watching that N1 climb. Looking for 50% again. Once we see that, we can take the ignition off. That's about right there. Oh. That should be in the off position. There we go. I think I might know what I've done starter only. I don't know what that down position is actually. That's interesting. Okay. Now we'll introduce our generators left and right, and we should, all being well, turn on all our other stuff here, which will come up. It's that red. Any skid should be on. Feather can now come on. Should get rid of that. There we go. And we'll bring in our oxygen. Do a quick test. That's working. Bleed to full and temperature to auto. It's very cold here. I guess it is the winter in Australia, isn't it? You like the Chancellor? Do I look like a Chancellor on your screen? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I think so. We'll get a better look when we go on. So we can initialize this. We're going to see all data okay, but we're not using this. We're strictly sticking to nav radios. Try to get that tongue twister out of my mouth there. Everything else can stay off for the moment. Happy there. We'll adjust our trim, which is down here until we get into the green bar. That's lovely. And anything else that needs to come on at this point. So I think our initial altitude will be, we'll get up to 6,000 and get everything stable. Again, I got no baro today. There's no weather information for Rockhampton, so we're just going to have to leave it as it is. I do want to put in reporting altitude, though, of 10,000. So once we pass 10,000, we'll get the seatbelts off and the lights off. You can see that changing down here, hopefully. Oh, too far. There we go. So once we pass 10,000, we'll hear a ding. That'll let us know that we're at 10,000 feet. Right. Next thing. We check and see if there's any foreign particles out there. It says there's no foreign object in things there. But now, what you can do is you can put on the inertial separators, and you'll see these flaps open up here. Just to zoom in on that. And what that does is, if there is any debris as you're taxiing along the runway, rather than suck it into the turbine, it's just going to expend it out a secondary exhaust port there to avoid damaging the engine. Quite a handy thing. You do get them on the Duke turbine engines as well, which is really neat. Right. Anything else we need to think of right now? I think we're good. We're going to put in our frequencies, though, so let's get our first 3 frequencies in. So 116... 1169 is our initial, so we'll set that as nav1 active, just so we can zoom in so you can really see that. You can see that's now picking up. Our outbound course for that will be 117 from. So we're going to turn this course dial until we see that hit 117. There we go. Right, so there we go. That's all ready to go. Our next radio frequency of interest will be 11630. So we'll get that in the bank, and that's great because you can actually bank up to 3 frequencies on your radio. And we'll also set that active on nav2. We can actually monitor that on here. So once that we pick up, you'll see VOR2 will come active on the RSI here. Excuse me. Next frequency we want to worry about is actually a NDB, which is 3020. We switch that on your ADF radio here. Yeah, 302. There we go. And that will appear here. I'm going to switch that over to ADF1. Once we pick that up, that'll appear here. Okay, and our next frequency after that will be 1142. And 1132. Is that right? 1132. Yeah. So as you see, it gives us a lot of preparation in here to get everything kind of ready to go. It's really handy. Beautiful plane for VOR and NDB navigation. There's a lot of little tools that come in handy. We will set a cruising altitude today. Again, we're going for 35,000 feet. I'll just check that. That is actually already set at 35, so that's good. That gives us pressurization of just over 6,000 ASL, which the airplane will manage automatically. Just going to turn those noises down a wee bit. Apart from that, I think we're pretty much ready to go. Put on the sorry, wrong one. Low anti-collision there, and we'll put on our taxi light, saying we're ready to go. Runway today. Just to go back where we were. A little nav map. Runway 15. So we're basically going back on ourselves and heading up right along there. So if you now, Nighthawk, if you want to line up for 15, go right ahead. And I think we're okay. So we're gonna take those. Brakes off. Actually, just do a quick control check here. That's good. Nice and free. Happy. And I think we're good to go. Oh, we'll put on, I'll show you something else. We don't have our avionics fan on. You can see this is getting really hot, 38, so that fan is idle. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that on. That's your avionics alternate blower here. You'll see that is now spinning, already up to 39 degrees. That's because all these CRT screens really create some heat behind the panel. So what this does is this will start blowing cold air from the aircon into that avionics panel to bring it down, and it's quite effective. You should see that starting to drop. See if it drops one notch for us, and that just keeps everything nice and happy, so we don't burn out any screens, which the Starships were prone to do, and the screens were very expensive to replace. Possibly one of the reasons it wasn't the most popular airplane. Right, it's still at 38. We'll check back on that in a wee bit. So quick check down here. Everything's looking good there. Heading will set once we get on runway, and I think we can go, guys. And we'll taxi out to runway 15. If we can find our way to do that. Because there is another runway that crosses. Okay, I think we're going up here by the looks of it. Hear those squeaky brakes. So hope everyone's has had a good week, a pleasant week. I've been extremely busy at work, so I'm absolutely delayed to have a couple of days off. There we go, that's 15 there. So we're just going to bring the plane to a stop. We'll get the running all our lights on here, and we'll go into full anti-collision. Quick ding just to let everyone know that we're about to go. Altitude is set. We're happy with that. We got reporting altitude in. Inertial separators on at the moment. We'll turn that off. We can put it on now. We'll get on our pitot heat and windshield heat and stall warning. And we'll taxi out. Looks like we'll have to do a bit of a backtrack here. Okay, looking good so far. Plenty of time for things to go wrong. And usually when I say things go wrong, it's because I've done something. Still get that weird shimmy. Okay, lots of room to turn around here as well, so that's good. That's useful. Nice, graceful turn there. There we go. Get back on the center line. There's Nighthawk on the other side. think I'll let Nighthawk take off first, because there's a good chance I'm going to pass him. So let's get a picture of him taking off. So Nighthawk, if you just want to go ahead, and we'll capture your departure. You do look like a Chancellor, I think. Yeah, I think the model matching's a lot better. Oh, I hear them spooling up too. There he goes. Oh, that sounds lovely as well. And he's up. Very cool. All right, our turn to play. We will have a master caution for its pitot overheat. That's going to go off in a short way. Take the brakes off here, and I'm going to bring our torque up to 95. Got a really weird issue here. There's like a... Okay, here we go. Got one engine slightly higher than the other. That's a new one for me. Don't quite know why that's happening. I'll tell you what, I didn't have the canards out either. Okay, 100, here we go. And we're up. And we go gear up. Prop RPM's okay. And we're looking good. So we retract those canards again. I should have had those out in the first place. That was my first mistake today. There you go. Okay, we're going to set our heading there, put on our autopilot heading and indicated airspeed profile, just to level out the plane here. And we'll take this down to climb power, putting that prop in the blue, and we want these guys down to about 90. Now, I don't know why we've got a mismatch on, if you look, we've got a mismatch on our torque. Got one engine reading a lot lower than the other one, which is very strange. So we'll see if, I don't know if sync will help us with this. But that's a new issue. I don't know if that's a glitch in here, or... That is a really weird one. Not seen that before. That's strange. Engine's all right there. Left engine's good. Everything's looking okay on that. We can turn off our initial separators at this point. Or maybe did we have a... I don't know. That's very odd. Yeah, complete mismatch in torque there. That's a new one. I'll have to look that up. Approaching 6,000 feet. We're now, what we'll do, just going to bring that throttle down a bit so we don't overspeed. And we will now bring that heading around. So we're looking at this at the moment, to intercept our nav course for our first outbound. Waiting for that bar to kind of come in here. Quick check on our avionics. That's looking a lot better. That's now comfortable 33 degrees. That's absolutely fine. That's quite the variance, isn't it? That is a very weird one. Huh. Well, there you go. Every day's a school day. Apart from that, everything's alright. Just got a mismatch on the engines there. We can put on our yaw damper as well. That is down here. Nothing we missed in here. Just anything that would drive a difference between the two engines. Everything else looks the same. Don't know. Anything you can see outside? Looks fine. Don't know. How odd. Oh, all right. We've intercepted a radio, so we'll put in nav here. The plane will take over, and we'll take it up to 35,000 feet. Go. I indicated airspeed profile again. Bring it up to about 90 prop power. Unfortunately, we're going to have to use the high engine as the indicator because the other one doesn't want to play. And I'll have to go away and research that issue at some point. But that looks fine. We should still got plenty of power in the airplane, so won't be a problem at all. We can increase our climb rate here. So under profile, it's going to drop it by about 2 knots every 1,000 feet or so. So let's we'll go for a resting position of 150. It's already dropped it to 148. That's fine. And we can put on a radar here. Actually, that could be on. Okay, that's our reporting altitude, that thing. So we will take our lights off. And some belts can come off now. And we'll turn off the cabin lights. I think it's bright enough in here. There we go, nice and settled in. Bring Stupid back in the doghouse just in case we have to go back to heading mode. And you can see that we're already picking up VOR too. So if we want, we can actually just switch over to our next VOR, going back to the nav here. Just like that. And all I do is, you'll see we have that in the bank. We just need to click that button, and that will update there. And we'll now see the next nav radio tuning in. That has disengaged our nav mode though, so we'll click that down there, and then that will now, the airplane will now align with the radio on the new nav VOR. We're getting ever higher. Look at this coastline, guys. Wow. That is stunning. Look at that. Look at that water. Beautiful. A little bit dim in here, so I'm going to turn up some of our displays just to make them a little bit brighter. Apart from that, everything's looking okay. Aside from our funny little issue here. But if I look down at the throttles are in the same position. Are props in the same position? Yeah. Oh, there we go. That condition lever, either I didn't put it up to full. That's astounding. I'm actually surprised the plane was able to run on half fuel. I had the fuel was throttled, so there we go. We fixed the problem. That again, pilot error. There you go. Make sure your Your condition levers are in full, guys. And that has magically sorted our problem. Right, so if we want to be really friendly to our engines, we can bring it down to green here, but I think we'll just leave it where it is. That's fine. 1600 is completely acceptable. And we can now, I think we'll try and inch this up to 90 now. I thought I could have sworn I put those into run, full run. I don't know. Must have missed it. This is why, you know where I failed there? I didn't do a proper below-the-line check. So when they say below-the-line, you're looking down here to see, is there anything that doesn't look right? And I must have glanced past this about 3 or 4 times and never noticed. So this is why you do below-the-line checks. It's you're looking for things like that. Is there anything out of whack? And I'm sure that'll be happening in anger right now on fuel cutoff knobs across the world. We got some pretty cool news today as well, including a very poignant update from Robert Rendazzo from PMDG, which seems like everything is just moving forward at speed there, which is really, really exciting. Look at that coastline. Lovely. Okay, doesn't look like we have a DME on this particular VOR, so what we'll do is we'll put our next VOR, which is 1142, in the nav2 bank. 1142. And we'll just monitor for that to see when that appears. However, our next point of interest is actually our NDB radio. So we're watching this ADF kick in from there, but because we might not be in range of it, we can use an outbound course of 126 from our current beacon once we pass it. So we got plenty of things to keep us on track anyway. And apart from that, no moving map. It's just us and the views outside. Look at that beautiful terrain. Where's Nighthawk? Oh, I've lost Nighthawk. Where's Nighthawk? I've lost you, Nighthawk. Where are you? Can you see me? Oh, there you are. I see you. Yeah, I've already blown right past him, as I expected. The Chancellor is fairly quick, but I think the Starship's probably just that a little bit quicker. So I'll definitely get you on landing today for the drone camera now. Okay, AFX enabled green, so we can turn that off. We'll leave the blower on for the time being. What's our outside air temperature? Minus 18 already. Oof. There you go. I mean, in that short period of time, we're already past 25,000 feet. The climb performance on this is astounding. So I'm going to nip off for a quick coffee. Leave you with some great views here. Get you a slightly different choice of music. And I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, back with you guys. Hey, Rodin, how you doing? Good to see you. Alright, let's check our position here. No sign of that next VOR yet. Yeah, I guess that's just a VOR only, not a DME. So that's fine. But we'll know when we're passing it, because we'll see this start to wobble. That's when we know we're getting over it. So as soon as we do that, we're going to, if you look up in the corner here, we're going to update our course to 126. So we'll fly the outbound radial on GLA on 126, and that'll be towards our NDB. Mrs. Tippy, hello. You have no DME only? Yeah, it's probably just VOR only, that's all. You do get that. You do get that. You get some that are DME only, so they give you a distance, but they don't give you a radial. And the radar's completely clear. There's absolutely nothing to worry about out here, is there? A little bit of cloud down there. 33,000 so far. You can see the airplane has slowed its ascent down. That is the indicated airspeed profile doing its thing. So it makes adjustments to speed and makes adjustments to VS. It's quite clever. How are you, Mrs. Tippy? Anyway, you doing well? It's very dark today, don't we? Whew. Why it look dark? Oh, it could be the light in the background. Hang on, turn that off. Let's see if that makes a difference. That's a bit better. Yeah, I think the light in the background was messing with the contrast in the camera. Okay. 35,000 approaching. So at this point, you can see our red line is about... This is where we really need to watch ITT, actually. That's already in the yellow. So we're going to pull these throttles right back in a minute. I think we probably want to bring them down to about there. We'll start there. We want to keep that ITT happy. Okay, that's maybe a bit too much, so we'll bring it up a little bit more. Maybe about there. Okay, starting to increase again. ITT is rising. This is really where you notice the ITT can get into hot range, and this can really damage your engine very quickly, actually. And actually, you're always showing a bit of engine damage. That could be because we were sitting with that ITT in the yellow. So you can actually, that's probably more the fact that I hadn't put the run condition in. I think that was more to do with the fact that the fuel wasn't full. So CF caused a little bit of damage to the engine. That's okay. We're right. We know what it was, and we've controlled it. Recovering from a little too much red wine last night. Oh, you and me both. I ended up down at the social club last night. I was initially just going down for a couple drinks, and then my neighbor who lives across the street, who I never see since he's moved in, suddenly appears with his girlfriend, and we just had a grand old chat. And yeah, what a lovely guy. I finally got to really get to know him. So I ended up staying a bit longer than I intended. Mrs. Canuck was not too pleased with me. So it'll be a quiet night tonight. I'm taking Mrs. Canuck out shopping after the stream, so I'll get her something nice to eat for lunch. So what kind of red wine do you favor? How do you guess you guys are drinking VQAs and various all there? You're not no American wine, right? No American wine. Mind the boycott. Okay, I think we can push these engines a little bit more, so I'm just going to nudge it up a bit. Let's see, this is where the maximum performance comes in, so let's see how far we can get it without that ITT going into bad area. So you can see that throttle's almost to the top there. I think that's probably as high as I dare. But that is good. It's not in the yellow, it's not red, so that's pretty good. And you can see that speed starting to climb. We are already at 277 knots true airspeed, so that's pretty speedy. And if we check on Nighthawk's progress, he might even be off the map. Oh no, he's still there. Just so we've now put almost 54 kilometers between myself and Nighthawk just from this cruising speed. That's incredible. Very, very quick airplane. I'll tell you what, Nighthawk, I can't wait. I know Nick is from Black Square is working on it now, but I really can't wait for these Duke turbine and piston to get ported over to 2024. It's a real miss, and I do miss using the Pierre's fantastic PMS GTM 750. So you prefer open, smooth, red VQA. Okay, that tells me nothing about the wine at all. But it sounds very nice. Is that just like a standard table wine or something like that? Yeah, we used to enjoy quite a bit of VQA when we were over there. I got 2 bottles of ice wine, VQA ice wine, sitting in the cabinet that have never been opened. They've been sitting there for about 10 years. I'll have to think of an occasion to use them. I can see that nav is starting to wobble a bit, actually. I'm wondering if... Oh! We're picking up VOR2 as well. And I think the NDB, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to put this off just to see. Yes, we are picking up that NDB. So I'm going to set our new outbound course, which was... it's behind us. I can see that too now. So we've missed something there. I think we'll have to do the news after the NDB intercept. So 126 is where we want to go. So I'm going to switch that. Put Snoopy in the doghouse there. 126. And that is obviously a little bit over there. Actually, we can just engage nav and it'll find it. Get us back on course. That should be on half bank. Naughty. My passengers will be like going, what the heck? There'll probably be a guy in the toilet going, whoa! Cabernet Sauvignon. Oh, okay. Yeah, from Ontario, Niagara region, yeah. Oh, just imagine if I actually went to the comfort break in real life and I actually did it down here as well. That allegedly is a toilet somewhere. It's not been modeled, but if you look at real pictures of Starship, there is a toilet back here. I don't know if it says anything. Does it say anything about it? Couch back release to fold couch. Okay. I wonder if this doubles as a bed as well. Might do. And apparently this is where they have the bar kitchenette, but Nick said he ran out of time, so he's not actually put that in. You can play with a disk drive though. Little 3.5 floppy disk there, put that in. watch this. You can, I think you can go to IDX, read write diskette, read file from diskette. Oh. Update database, watch this. I'm gonna turn the music down for a sec. This is so cool. Okay, ready? I'm gonna update it. Here we go. Oh. Isn't that cool? Little things that amuse me. Little things that amuse me. Right. What was I doing before I was so rudely interrupted by my own dithering? Okay, that's now on nav. Fine. We've intercepted that radio, so we should be on course. The difference is obviously with NDBs, you can. This will point towards it, and you can steer towards it, but it does not account for wind. And if we look here, that's a big deal because that's 112 knots coming from our starboard. So it's better to use the nav radio if we can, because the nav radio will point the airplane to compensate for that drift. But what this does tell us is where that NDB is. So that gives us a marker. If we see that flip around, assuming we're still in range of that gives us a marker, and we know that as soon as that flips, that we want to turn up here. We want to turn to course 148. So we do want to pay attention to that, and it's handy that way. And we don't have a DME also because we're still flying in GLA, that's all. We are, however, picking up our next waypoint. So we can switch over to that anytime. And that's pretty much showing us dead ahead of us. But we'll just turn that off. We won't get distracted by that at the moment. We'll just focus on that NDB because we want to get the best of both worlds, eh? We'll do some news. As soon as we make that turn, we'll do the news, guys. Oh. Surprised you haven't got that pocket rocket out. This is Tippy, the VL3. It's probably the only thing that can catch this airplane. Quick check on our ITT. That's looking good. We're now rocking. Even with, well, we got a bit of a tailwind. 298 knots true airspeed. That is quick. Super, super quick. For a little prop plane. Everything's looking clean there. I don't know what the yellowy kind of color. I think usually it's I guess I always thought that would be blue for cold air, but maybe not. Oh, I'm gonna get a little bit of a bashing. I'm gonna get back. What have you done to my engine? My mechanic will not be happy. And see, even with the even being up at altitude, that's 30 degrees with cooling behind that cabin. So it's, you can really see how hot these CRT screens get. What is the cruise speed of this plane? So I'm flying 166 knots with wind conditions, 35,000 feet. It will go up to 41,000. I think 35,000 is recommended. If you want to know if I cheat, I haven't looked at this map yet, but I shouldn't look at this map actually. Before I do that, let's check. Okay, that NDB's actually turned first, so let me see to that. So our next course was 148. I'm gonna put heading in, and we'll see. We'll actually tune in that next VOR radio as well. So I'm gonna bring that up. 142. And we're gonna dial in 148. Which looks like we're almost on course, and we'll put nav back in there. Right, so, sorry. Now, I'm gonna cheat and look at the map. So, closest airport I'm probably at right now is Yankee Hotel Bravo Alpha, or Yankee Mike Yankee Bravo. Zoom in for you there. So Yankee Hotel Bravo Alpha, or Yankee Mike Yankee Bravo. So if you took off from one of those two, you should be able to catch up with me. And I'm not looking at this map normally, so I apologize. I just wanted to give Mrs. Tippy an opportunity to find out where we were. There we go. That's looks like we're on the course line now. Put Snoopy back in the doghouse. And now that we've done that, I think we'll quickly jump onto the news. Just do some quick checks. ITT's alright. Our props are okay. Oh, you got a PC! You're still adjusting the flying instead of the Xbox. Yeah, it is a bit different. It's fantastic though. And you have you get obviously access to everything that FlightSim.to has to offer, rather than depending on that horrendous marketplace. So, no, that's good. I'm glad you're able to get to a PC. Got a week out to go today. Oh, you should post the specs up for us. I'd be interested. Right, I'm gonna put the music down. We'll get to news, guys. So we'll get a nice view from the outside. Do this right. There we go. I've changed the news scene now. So rather than well, you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. Anyway, just get everything ready here. Okay. Oop. Oh, my camera's off, is it? I don't know why I put my camera off. Oh well. Yeah, I'm just getting everything ready here, guys. Interesting. Did you do that? That's right. Okay. Oh no! What are you doing to me? Sorry, I'm having browser problems. Is being a bit fussy. Almost there. A really exciting free utility to talk about as well. This actually is a very exciting thing for me, and I'll give you a bit of history as to why. Yeah, let's do this thing. Here we go. Let's go for the news. Okay. Right, so, well, since I started on that, might as well start with this. There's this really cool utility. It's completely free on FlightSim TO, and it's called Universal Announcer. I'm both annoyed and delighted with this, and I'll tell you why. And essentially what it does is it gives you a utility that monitors your various phases of flight, and it trips off cabin announcements. That's it. Very simple. You can turn them off or on. You can get access to all the sound files, and you can create your own, or you can download customs. There's configuration on when these go, how loud the audio is, etc. And it works with anything because it's just monitoring your phases of flight. But the really cool thing is, which I'm absolutely flabbergasted, is oh right, so it doesn't come with its own audio files. It's compatible with existing Fenix sound packs and community created collections, so you can get a Fenix sound pack then essentially for it. Or you can make your own sound files. I might actually get back into the studio and do some cabin announcements. See if I can convince Mrs. Connect to help me out. But I think this is ever so cool. And the thing why I'm annoyed is I had this idea about 15 years ago to do something exactly like this. Just a very no frills, something you could configure a bit, adjust your files. Obviously someone's beat me to it. It had to happen at some point. So it's pretty cool, and it's completely free on FlightSim.to. It's called Universal Announcer, so go check that out. Just Flight, big hello to our friends at Just Flight. Have a new variant of the Avro RJ, which is the Freighter, and I didn't actually realize that these existed, but apparently FedEx has them, amongst the others I would expect. And there's a Freighter variant. So it never actually came to service. There we go. The Freighter variant never entered service, so they were going to create one, but they didn't have any takers for it. So there you go. But that's cool. Just a slight change. So if you want to pretend to do regional jet freighter routes, that's one to pick up. No, I don't think there's been any mention about if there's going to be an additional charge for this or anything like that, but yeah, go check it out. This has been big news this week. So Aeroplane Heaven has finally released their Lancaster. It's been in development a hell of a long time. And I've seen this on, I've got mixed feelings. It looks really good. As far as, it's the only Lancaster we have in Flight Simulator. That does look splendid, I must admit. I think that the only thing is Aeroplane Heaven, they're not the strongest when it comes to flight model. So I don't know how close it is, if they had access to any of the flight crews, or actually got to consult with some Lancaster pilots on this one. I don't know what the history of this of the development was, but it's taken them an awful long time. But there is a lot of detail in here. But I think the general reaction from content creators is generally positive, but a little bit mixed is probably how I'd put it. But yeah, we got a Lancaster in the sim. That's a great thing. Just note it's only for 2020. They are working on a 2024 variant, but is not out, and they are warning people, do not buy the 2020 version if you want to use it in 2024, because that will be a different product and there'll be a separate charge for that. Whether that remains to be the case, I don't know, but there you go. Miltech, they've got a release schedule for the MH60 and the Mission Hub. I think we might have talked about this recently. It's looking really, really cool. So all you helicopter fans out there, you'll probably be really excited. I love that searchable spotlight. That is insanely neat. I didn't even know you could do that. And I guess they have this base that you can bring into if you want to practice being a helicopter jockey, which I'm not, but some people are. So yeah, look forward for that. And that's they're saying July 2025. So is it out? Very soon. I don't know. Biggest news this week for me, Ralph Rendezzo. He's been doing these updates on their YouTube channel on a regular basis now, and it's actually been really good. He had some updates for all the product range. The long range 200 LR is out. The 300 is coming along for the 777. He was going into a bit of detail when they took these over to 2024. He's basically said they look identical to the 2020 versions, but they're a completely rebuilt add-on, which I think is remarkable. Just to go to show how much work they had to put into bring these over to the new sim. What he did say about the 737 was that they actually now have a working alpha build in 2024, which is awesome. And he's basically said it's coming out soon. What he did say about the 333 or the 737 rather, though, is there will be an upgrade fee, but he's calling it out as a couple cups of coffee, whatever that materializes. So they do need to charge a bit of money to recover the work, because it's actually been a lot of effort for them to bring it over. But it's going to be a nominal fee. So hopefully, if you already have a 737 for 2020, you will be asked to spend a little bit more money, but not a lot. So that is great. I'm glad to hear that. And of course, we're looking forward to seeing the entire product range come over. Also went on to mention the 74. Said the 747-100 and the 747-400 are independently in active development. Said the 100 is way ahead on modeling, but way behind on avionics, and the 400 is way ahead on avionics and way behind on modeling. He says he doesn't know which one will go out first, but they're not going to do it in order. Basically, when they're ready, regardless of which team is able to get to the finish line, and they'll release them as soon as they come out. So there could be an off chance that they could get released within weeks of each other. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, the Queen of the Skies is coming, guys. And it looks like PMDG's multi-team development is just going gangbusters right now. FS Labs, if you're a fan of them, 321 and Neo for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, they have added a experimental update focusing on increasing stability and improving performance and handling, among other things. And of course, for extra bonus, I think they have some sort of spyware that you can install for your computer, just in case you feel like you want your computer to be less secure. I don't know. I didn't say that, did I? Anyway, so go check that out if you are FS Labs. This is kind of new. So we got Simulation Extrema has released Storm Away for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. That's really cool. So you get Stornoway Airport in there, and I think there's various points of interest around the Isle of Lewis. But yeah, this is looking pretty cool. Let's see if we can click on that. There you go. Very nice. As you'd expect from a small island airport. I like, yeah, nice touch to get the Loganair ATR 72 in there as well. That's very cool. I see those flying all the time, so that's neat. A little bit of a tip to Scotland, eh? And that's the news for today's, guys, so we will get back to it. As I find out where I am. Completely lost today. Okay. Here we go. 29 miles away, so we got DME this time. That was good. That's actually worked out perfect. Now, according to our flight plan, I think we got one more leg, and then we need to start thinking about descent. So we want to intercept CG about 4,000. So I guess we'll overfly the airport and then kind of do a circle back to intercept ILS for 139. Or runway 14 to be specific. Specs. Here we go. Ryzen 7 7800. Ooh, X3D. 9070 XT. Wow. Okay. 32 gigs DDR5. Very good. 2 terabyte M2 MVE. Yeah. Wi-Fi. Blah 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 blah. I'll tell you what. That's really good. That's excellent. It's much better than mine. I think your next upgrade you might want to think about is maybe doubling the RAM, which make a huge difference for your machine for performance. Microsoft Flight Simulator. But 32, it'll run great on 32, believe me. But that might be something to consider in due course if you want to push it hard. Nighthawk says my Chancellor keeps doing slaloms whenever I do a VOR turn. All right, it must be their nav logic. Speaking of which, what are we are tuned on 11420, so I'm gonna refresh this bank here. So after that we need 11320. So I'm gonna put that in the bank for the next, and we need 11230. And I also want to have our ILS ready, which will be ILS will be 1111. Course 139. So essentially we'll be flying over CG. We'll probably take a heading of 360. And then circle back for 139 in. So once we'll overfly the airport, overfly CG, 360, and then monitor the DME for that. So we want to be at least 7.8 miles to top at 2,500 feet. So over 4,000, 360, drop into 2,500 and come around. So we'll do one of these. I think that's probably the easiest way to do it. Posted to pick in Discord. Okay. Oh, excuse me. So we're 148 at the moment, aren't we? Right. Our 14 nautical miles. So our next turn, we want to go course 166. I'll put 11320 in the nav 2 just to see if we're picking up on that. Yes, we are. So I think. Okay, we're 10 miles away. What I think I'll do is I'll go into heading mode. So we're taking back control at the moment. I'm just going to keep the course right now where we are. Go course shall be, let's set this to 166. And since we can see the next beacon, we'll just bring that in. So that's 113. So we'll bring that up. And pop. There it is. And we'll just hold that course until we get a bit closer to the nav, which is 53 miles away. They're handy things, VOR beacons. And I think I'll tune in CG on on what was that, 11230? So I think I'll put that in 11230. I'll put that in here because when we do pick up CG, wow, we already picking up CG as well. That's mental. That's crazy. I also like on here that the RSI actually shows you the identifiers for each of the beacons, which is really cool, and it gives you double DME. I mean, this is a really, just looking at this gauge on its own, it's extremely powerful. And that's only one thing it can do. It can also give you direct, like if you just want to look at a specific VOR, right? So this is actually like this is actually for your double. Gives you your ground speed and track against the radio as well. Oh, it's really neat. There, that's the one I like. It's just it's astounding how many tools this airplane has. So you don't really need that navigation at all if you got a beacon route. Right, we'll look at Mrs. Tippy's picture. Actually, we'll put this in a nav first. So we're pretty much on that 166 radial. Heading towards Bravo November, which is about 10 miles before we'll start our descent to 4,000. Nice lazy descent about 1,500 feet per minute. Okay, airplane is intercepting that nicely, and our half bank is keeping those passengers comfortable as well. Right, let's go look at Mrs. Tippy's picture. Ooh! Would you expect anything different, guys? Yep. That looks like a machine. That is definitely a machine, I'll tell you that. Look at that card, though. Eh? Wow. Yeah, it's well, you got a much more grunt in your PC than I've got. I'll tell you that much. I am hoping to upgrade to a GTX 3060 soon, though. So I'm thinking that's going to make a difference. And then my next upgrade will be taking my RAM up to 64 gigs. So we're going to see how that works. I did get my motherboard was flashed. I got an update from my supplier. So I do actually have the option of going to a Ryzen 7. But I just got to watch everything with the power supply and all that, because I only have about a 650 watt power supply. So it's one of these. It's like a rabbit hole. You start doing this, then you got to do this, and then you got to do this, and then you got to do this. So, the next upgrade for me will be GTX 3060. Your hubby got it for you, and he's on PC now as well. Okay, well, you guys must be doing okay in the old bank account. Anyway, they look good, and you know what? Trust me, it's a great move, because you're going to get a lot more out of the sim, I think. As good as it is on a console, and you know what? I think consoles introduced a lot of people to Flight Simulator that otherwise never would have looked at it. Pink skin for it, yeah. And it does a splendid job as an introductory device for Flight Sim. I think a lot of people really enjoy it. But PC is definitely where Flight Simulator comes into its own. Definitely. Plus, you have access to a lot more hardware things that you can use with it. All the freeware, the wealth of freeware that's available for it as well. And I think some things just make it a bit more manageable. So, yeah, great. Well, congratulations, both of you, on your two new babies. Have you named them? That's what I want to know. And is yours a girl, and is your hubby's a boy? You didn't put 2020 on it, so you're still flying 2020 on your Xbox, yeah. Just stick with 2024. I mean, you got space for both, but it's up to you. I would just stick with 2024 now. I've actually deleted 2020 off my computer, so I just wasn't using it anymore. The hard part is there's airplanes on 2020 that aren't in 2024 yet, and the ones that I'm really missing right now are the Black Square Dukes. So I'm hoping Nick will bring those over really soon. But now that we've got the Starship, it's kind of taken a bit of that edge away because I've got my performance twin now, so I'm quite happy. God, that glare is really affecting me. Okay, we are 27 nautical miles away from Bravo November. As soon as we get to 10 to run, I'm going to drop our altitude to 4,000. So I'm going to set that now, actually. And we'll leave in our reporting altitude at 10,000 as well. We'll take that down to 4,000, which is where we want to get to when we hit CG. Now I could cheat here and put in CG as a nav point so we could use the VNav. I'm so tempted to do that, and that will give us our vertical speed rate, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to see if I can get down to CG on my own. We've never used any nav. The GPS has never been turned on. It's just our beacons and our WITs and our flight plan. And, of course, our eggs up here. You mostly do in 2024, but you fly with some friends. Oh, well, that makes a difference, yeah. If you've got friends in 2020, then absolutely you need to have... It's nice to have both. I did a community fly-in with Allison Johnson yesterday. Oh, right. Who's Allison Johnson, then? Is she a content creator? Oh, we're not capturing all these cool views, are we? Look at this. It's a lot different view from up high, isn't it? It's just so graceful. Very cool. She streams on Twitch. All right. I don't use Twitch. I actually, there was a time back that I was dual streaming on Twitch and YouTube. I hate the app though. I absolutely detest the app. It's not a... Twitch is just such an awful experience for me. Nighthawk says Ali does amazing long GA flights, focusing on women aviators and airline flights on Wednesday. Ah, maybe I should power through and suffer Twitch just to see her. That does sound really good. When we say long, how long are we talking about? We're not paying attention to our distances here, are we? 14 miles to run. As soon as we get to 10, we'll start dropping. So we're going to set a VS of 1,500 feet. You have a women's Discord too. All right. Skies and Dolls. Is that women only? Is that? All cozy back there, guys. Yep. Just watch the Phoenix. Watch the birdie. Avangel and Allison Johnson came up with it. Oh, okay. Avangel seems to be getting really big now, huh? Around the world, historical women pilot flights in small aircraft like the Stearman. Oh, right, okay, right, historic stuff. Other biplanes and some small helicopters. Oh, that's a really cool theme. I like that, and I love how flight simulation has really started to expand into the female side of things. I think it's so enriching our community. I'm so delighted because it was really a guys only thing 20 years ago, and not because women weren't welcome. It's just, I don't know. Things were different, and now it just feels more inclusive. We're seeing a lot more female influencers and content creators in flight simulation. It's great. It's great, and that's where it needs to be because we're inspiring new pilots for the next 20-30 years. I want to see a lot more females in the cockpit, and I'll tell you what I do quite often on EasyJet. We definitely have a few. Right. We are less than 10 miles, so I'm going to kick that VS in now. And we're going to pull back a prop until we get it nice and stable. It doesn't really matter where it is as long as it's not moving up. Bit more. Bit more. Bit more. That's it. Perfect. Okay. I'll have to keep an eye on it though because the winds could change. What was our next tune? It was it CG? Yeah, CG. And we wanted a course of 147. So, right, we're going to go into heading mode. Snooping the doghouse, go to heading. We're going to dial 147. There we go. And we want CG. Yeah, it is CG. Yeah, 147. Okay, and yeah, nav, please. Take it away, Starship. There we go. You really enjoy Angel's reviews. All right, okay. Nighthawk says Angel's review of the Lancaster is worth watching before buying. Yeah, I watched Two-Tone Murphy preview it, and I think I watched one from Jonathan Beckett. And I think everyone's kind of come up to the same conclusion. I don't know what Angel said, of course, but it's there's some oddities. It looks like a Lancaster. It generally flies like a Lancaster. If that's good enough for you, you're probably going to be happy with it. Look at this coastline, though. Oh, look at this. Oh, I love 2024. Isn't that cool? So what is that? Must be that must be a big marina, like a big marina. Because that looks like houses. So houses with their own like docks. You're probably multi-million Aussie dollar homes there, I would think. Look at that. That is so cool. I love it. This is really neat. Altitude, just about hit 30,000 feet. With 37 miles to run. I think we need to up it up to 2,000 here, Willie. So we're going to pull that throttle back even more. There we go. Looking good, looking good. Put Snoopy in the doghouse. Click. Oh, what a beautiful airplane this is to fly. Nick, thank you. Nick, thank you for your passion project. This is just... I just love it. I tell you what, this is one to get, Mrs. Tippy. If you want to get into something a bit more on the... Something to get you thinking a bit more. This is great. Absolutely beautiful. Stunning airplane. Okay, I think we get some shifting winds. Oh, ain't she great? Makes me smile. Lots of water-based housing along the Gold Coast. Yeah. You're now 200 nautical. Am I 200 nautical miles? Oh man. It's a rocket, absolute rocket. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't want to. This will be the last time I leave you in the dust, Nighthawk. But I just wanted to show off the performance of this airplane, because generally we try to stay close together, don't we? But I just wanted to see how far I could push it. Yeah, 200 nautical miles. Absolutely nuts. And the thing is, it does it without a sweat, without breaking a sweat. It's just nuts. See, there's more of these kind of neighborhoods. It totally is houses with like their own private docks. And they won't be small docks either. These will be substantial boats. But they're everywhere, look. All these canals. It's both cool, but like it's one of these places you'll never see it because you have to be absolutely minted probably just even to walk into this place. But I love here you get the city here as well. That's really cool. Beautiful scenery here. The Gold Coast. I mean, I gotta hand it. It is stunning. Absolutely stunning. And that beach just goes forever, doesn't it? All the way up. All the way up. And around. As far as the eye can see. Look at that. I'm sure there's worse places to live. Amazing. Okie dokie. We are 17 miles to run. We're still at 23,000. Come on, airplane. Get this thing down here. It's just too quick. Be darn fast. So that's okay. So what we'll do is we'll intercept CG. We'll stay on this radio for a bit. Actually, what we'll do is we'll fly a 180 radio. Dead south. And then we'll do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you on. Wait a minute. What am I doing? No. Yes. Stop double right. I'm gonna go heading here. I'm gonna switch our course to 180. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah. Since we're definitely going to overshoot, so we'll stay on a 180 radio for CG, and then we'll do a giant left-hand circuit using the radios, and we want 1111 in there, so I'll get that ready. And I don't know if. See if there's a mode here for ILS. I don't know if there is. Oh, there is. Ooh. And we'll want that course. So we can tune an independent course for Nav 2, which is absolutely cool. Oh, that's so good. So I have an independent course for Nav 2. Oh, this is so handy. Oh, honestly, I'm in heaven here. Show the exterior for a sec? Yeah, hold on, mate. Just gotta get things set up here, and I'll go give you a good look at it. And welcome, Latte. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so that's our runway course, right? And that's currently tuned on there. So once we pick up the ILS, that should pick up on there, hopefully. Right, you want to see the outside. There you go. There she is. Black Square Beechcraft Starship. What do you think? Nighthawk says, can't think of a VOR capable aircraft that could keep up with a Starship. No. Agreed. the term I used on the last stream, I call it the try to say this properly. I call it the DeLorean of the skies. Does that work? Not what you're expecting. All right, what'd you think it was, mate? Look like an airliner? Okay, so let's track our progress. Still 5 miles to run to... oh, we've completely blown past our 180 radio. So I shall correct on that. It's too much time outside oogling the aircraft. We seem to be increasing distance. I don't know if we've gone to a back course, have we? I should have actually armed the nav there, guys. That's something I didn't do. So I'm going to do that now. I think that nav logic is slightly wrong. I think that nav... I don't know if it should be kicking in that early, but... VATSIM. No, we're not in VATSIM. We're on the North Europe servers, so if you want to fly with us, you can join. Although we are rapidly approaching our destination. And is Nighthawk? Can we even see Nighthawk at this point? Sorry, Nighthawk. We'll hang around a bit. We've got time. Actually, I do have time to 6. We've gotten here very, very quick. And of course, I think your timings, Nighthawk, were calibrated for the Chancellor, weren't they? Mrs. Tippy just blew past you. Okay, so we're gonna get buzzed then. We're gonna get buzzed. I think there's a VL3 coming our way. Latte says, wish I could into 5 hours in a 7-hour flight. Ah, right. Okay, what are you flying, mate? What are you flying? Where are you flying to? Are you in our Discord, Latte? You can always post some screenshots of your flight for us, and I can put them up. If you go into, if you join our Discord, you'll see a channel in there called Positive Rate Screenshots, and you can post a picture of your airplane in there, and we can all have a look at what you're doing up there in the A350. Ah, right, cool. SIN Singapore to Sydney. Is that right? Singapore. Very cool. Is that that must be the Inabuilt's 350, is it? Come on. Oop. Intercept this radial. Oh, we're still at 12,000. All right, let's go. We're gonna press the panic button. That's the descend. Watch this. Ready? Bang. What that's gonna do is gonna drop the plane, but keep the speed. It'll keep the attitude so that your speed stays under red line. But now look at our vertical airspeed now, though, and you don't have to worry about the engines, because the descent mode will adjust accordingly. I really missed that radial. Come on. That's probably because we're not even over the coast, so I'm gonna really turn it actually. I want to get on that radial before we do a turn. Okay, that is our reporting attitude coming in, our altitude I should say. So we'll put on lights and seatbelts. And I think we will put on autofiler as well, just so we don't forget about it. I don't know. Oh, yep, we're picking up the ILS as well. That's great. Okay, so we're 14.8 miles from the runway. VOR is kind of off the airport a little bit, so that makes sense. There'd be a slight difference. Let's see if Latte's posted anything. Oh, Jolt! That must be Latte, is it? Oh, very cool. Look at this. Here you go, guys. Give everyone a big positive welcome to Latte. Here's what he's flying. Singapore Airlines, lovely. Nice livery there. Is it Singapore Airlines that has the longest scheduled route in the world? Am I right? Very cool. Well, thank you for sharing that with us, Latte. Appreciate it. Okay, we're at 7,000 feet now. We are somewhat over the coast. Will we ever hit this radial? That's the question. Oh dear. Yes, we finally see it. We're closing in on it. There we go. Okay, seatbelts are on, so we're going to take off half bank now. Give the airplane as much flexibility as it can to turn. Singapore to Newark. Yeah, that's it. God, it's like 19 hours or something like that. Oh my god. I don't know if I could be on an airplane that long. You'd smell pretty ripe by the time you get off it, I'll say that much. Okay, we are on the radial now. Finally. So what we're going to do, now that we've finally found the radial, is we're going to fly south. Actually, we're going to turn, we're going to turn, head directly back north over Charlie Golf. If I can get my mouse to stop moving. Actually, we'll turn just a little bit more than north so that we can get back on it. And we want a course of 360 now. And then we'll finally fly our approach. And I could have used that descent mode a lot earlier. Oh, wow, who's that? Hey, Stu! How you doing, mate? Sorry, let me just get this course set in here. That's fine. Here we go. Actual arm nav mode. I think the plane will probably take over that. Fine. Stu says, hello there, Willie. Hello, Nighthawk and Mrs. Tippy. Hello, Stu. How are you? How are you doing? We're getting some really good views out here, though. Look at this. You never think of Australia as hilly, do you? But it is. Wow. Very cool. Beautiful views here. It's a lot of trees, though. It does seem quite dry as well, though, doesn't it? And getting quite a bit of turbulence off those mountains, hills, whatever you want to call them. You're fine, Stu. Good. I'm glad you're fine. Would not want you to be not fine. Oh, I see Mrs. Tippy. Think she's coming. Oh, you're in an F-14. It won't look like an F-14. That's the only problem. Where she goes. Upside down. As you do. Very nice. Even on PC, she's showboating. Hey. Let me tell you. That's not a simmer with any sense or decorum. That's what I'm saying. Alright, okay. What do we want to do? Get back in the cockpit here. So let's just do a quick double check. So 15 miles to run this to Charlie Golf, which is fine. Now tracking that VOR perfectly. And if we go back to our chart, so we can't see your pod. We're not using it. It doesn't exist in our world. All we have is the ILS DME, which is 111.1. We've got that tuned in nav 2 at the moment and ready to go in nav 1. So we want to drop. We're going to go over Charlie Golf at 4,000 feet. We're going to drop down to 2,500 immediately afterwards. And we're going to run to about 10 DME from here. 10 miles DME. And then we're going to turn 139. And if it all goes to plan, the ILS should track, and the airplane will take us into the airport. That's what I'm going to do. Okay? So, we have a plan. Black Bunny. So that's all ready to go for... Well, that's on nav 2, but we'll need it on nav 1 as well. But in terms of 10 DME, this is the one we're tracking at the moment. But we'll allow the airplane to continue to use Charlie Golf as a radial track until we get there. Snoopy in the doghouse. And we should see the airport. If we're going to fly right over it. Yeah. Now's the time to take in some views. Right, who's going to count the golf courses? There must be some down here. That looks kind of golf coursey, doesn't it? Oh, Miss Tippy's off in the distance over there. See any golf courses? That looks kind of golf coursey. I'm going to say 2 golf courses. And there's downtown Gold Coast, I guess. Very cool. Mutt Dog calls you the Black Widow. Ooh, that's ominous. I should see a runway down here somewhere. You see it from the outside? There's the airport. I can't see it. Oh, there it is. It's right in front of me. There it is. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. 4,000 feet, looking good. Holding a nice 150 knots too, which is actually perfect. It's fun. So we're going to drop to 2,500 after we overfly. And we could probably do this about 500 VS. Nothing. It's nothing aggressive. And we'll just stay on this radial right through the beacon. Continue on until our ILS, which is tuned to 111.1, hits 10 nautical miles. You think this group all the Black Widow. All right. And I've got the ILS in the bank ready to go for nav 1 too once we're ready to go. So once we're ready to turn, I should say. Okay, so currently it says that beacon's towards us. You'll see that triangle go to the back. Means we're on an away radial or away course. And That's the other behavior. When you're getting close to a beacon, you'll really start to see this warble. When it does that, the nav will disengage. So what you do is you just maintain heading until it levels out again. You can see that now point says the beacon's behind you. And we can now engage nav again, and the airplane will correct. Right. Now we're starting to climb on the ILS frequency. So at this point, I'm going to go to heading mode actually. And we're going to tune. We're going to bring all of this over here, and I'm going to set my course of 139 in nav 1. Because you can track it on here, but the airplane will not fly an approach on nav 2. It has to be on nav 1 to fly the approach. Oh, and we want to drop, so we'll hit the vertical speed to start descending to 2500 as well. 139. Well, this is changing up here, just in case you're not sure. There, 139 set. Do these two agree? Yes, that's a good cross check to make sure that we've set it correctly. Those two should mimic each other, and the distance should be pretty much the same as well. Which, strangely, they're slightly different. They're updating at slightly different times, which is really cool. That's interesting. Okay. Master caution. Oh, we got a master caution. I don't know. Check on here. ITT is great. Props are good. N1's good. Nothing else to worry about at the moment. Okay, we can take off our yaw damper. And we can also take off prop sync at this point as well. 2500 has alerted, so we're 1,000 feet to run on that, and we're at 7, almost 8 miles DV now. I really do want that down to 2500 before we turn on. So whatever comes last, either this turns to 10 or this turns to 2500. And actually, if we want, just say, let's do it a little bit quicker. Bring those throttles right back as well. That will illuminate the gear lever, and it will start beep. We'll start hearing a beeping noise once we level out 2500, which is fine because I'm going to increase the flaps and drop the gear at that point probably. Okay, anything else to worry about up here? Everything's looking good. Depicting for our passengers. I'm gonna kill the music at this point. We'll just focus on our landing. Cabin Alex can come on, which basically serves as our emergency exit lighting. There's that beeping I was on about. So I'm gonna extend the flaps and the canards now. We'll power up. Don't need to put the gear down yet. Just wanted to get the airplane slow enough to extend the flaps. We're now 12 DME. We are at 2500. We can start turning the aircraft around on an intercept path for that ILS. It should be about there. We've never looked at one moving map, not one magenta line, not one position report. It's all been beacons, all based on our flight plan. And Guys, tell me in the chat, does the Starship, does it or does it not do an absolutely fantastic job of flying radio beacons? Not only does it do a great job, I mean, all the tools it gives you are superbly fun and useful. What a great plane. Okay. Now, that coastline's probably a good visual indicator of where that radial is going to be. And of course, Mrs. Tippy is kind of you're like our airport beacon, aren't you? Since I've been faffing around, has that given you time to catch up, Nighthawk? Are you anywhere close? Here he is. So it's all worked out in the end, guys. How many kilometers? 68 in closing. Well, you should be with us pretty soon. I think by the time I'm down, I think this has actually all worked out very well. Mostly because I'm taking my sweet time to get to the landing position. But there you go. It is what it is. .48 nautical miles from the airport? Okay. No time at all, sir. No time at all. Oh, got a message there. What was that? Update VLF. That's fine. I'm not using you anyway. Doesn't really matter. We just need our nav radios. That's all we need. Okay, that coast is coming up, so that's a good thing to watch for the radial here. From where you can see, right. Getting a bit of a visual on that downtown there. It's quite tall buildings here, actually. Not exactly a small place, is it? Very reminiscent of like Miami or San Francisco. You're finishing your coffee watching? Okay, I'll try to get the job done before your coffee kicks in. Okay, so we're looking good here. So we can see the radio. As we're intercepting, we also have a scope indicator, which is where it should be, which means we're below it. More or less, I mean, if we looked at a moving map, we're probably at roughly where Urpod, that waypoint would be, I'm assuming. Okay, I don't want to arm the nav too early because the Starship has this tendency of taking a very gradual alight to the course, and I don't want to do that because it's going to put us too close to the airport. That scope's starting to crawl. Come on, guys. Oh, gotta increase that heading a bit. Getting too close to the airport. I'm watching this like a hawk now. There it is. Nav. I'm going to overshoot it. Alright. Dropping the gear. Let the airplane slow down. That'll give us a lot more time to get over course. Okay. Scope is dropping. I'm going to put it in approach mode now. And we want to keep the power up just to keep us above blue line. Airplane still has control. Hopefully. Possibly. Yep. I think so. Is that closing in? Yeah, looks like it's just making small adjustments to keep us on. Stooping in doghouse, just in case we need to revert back to heading mode. That is now on the scope. Will the plane drop? Yes, it will. And do we have a scope indication anywhere? Yes, we do. You can see up here GS. And down we go. Set an escape altitude of 3,000 feet because we have to go around. Do we have any foreign debris anywhere? Nope, completely clear. But be on the safe side, we'll arm those actuators. Or the inertial separators. Let's see those flaps opening now. Everything's looking good. We are tracking the ILS perfectly. Okay, now it just comes down to actually getting a decent landing. Small adjustments to the throttle. Just trying to, I gotta stay above blue line, but I don't want to be like right on blue line. So just slightly above it. Where it is right now is perfect. Do we have any winds? Yeah, we got a headwind. 27 knots at this altitude. Bloody hell, I hope that calms down. At least it's going the right direction. Okay, showtime. Starting to drift on the glide scope there, so I have control. You hear that wind really howling. But as we get closer to the ground, I'm hoping that's going to drop off. Well, it's coming from the right, so we're going to need to correct by just a little bit of nose to the right, just to deal with that wind. You can see that it's already blowing us slightly off course. Everything's looking good so far. The throttle is, I really got that throttle in a great position. That's just perfect. A lot of chop as we come in over the hot roads. A little bit low, so I'm just going to ease back a bit more power. Just to get that path back in, get those poppies where they want to be. Drop the power again. We want to touch down. Okay, really going to bleed off some of this power now. Oh, she's got... That scared the crap out of me. 100. Okay, slightly off the center line. Oh, just hold that right there. That is perfect. Oh, almost had it. It was just... Come on, get down. Almost had it. It was a floater. But it was gentle. Full reverse. think we have an exit up here by the looks of it. Welcome to the Gold Coast, ladies and gents. And track those canards. And we can turn off lights, anti-collision to low. Where's everyone parked? See something? Oh, there's an airplane over there. Okay, there's Mississippi. I see her. Nighthawk's on the way. Hopefully we'll get this parked and shut down before Nighthawk lands. Right here, I'll do it. That's good. Alright, pitot heat can come off, all that can come off now. Think, Willie, think. Okay, gonna turn off everything apart from ICAS now. And what we do is we actually go to cutoff. And we're watching these generators bleed out. And I think what that does is it does a bit of a discharge. Yeah, see how that's dropping off now, and then we can take our generators off. So it doesn't. I think the rationale for it is it doesn't leave a charge in the system, so you're less likely to get something to blow after that. We'll leave this on the moment. Our ITT is still very hot, so we'll let those engines cool down. Apart from that, we'll go outside the airplane. How far is Nighthawk? Is he close? 15 kilometers. Oh, he's very close. I don't know why that says kilometers instead of nautical miles. That's a bit annoying. I don't know if you can change that. Thanks for this landing with style, Stu. That was a good flight, though. Really enjoyed it. I just slightly blew it on the landing just because I didn't hit the touchdown zone. But there you go. We had a nice long runway to play with. And that was really good timing, Nighthawk. Excellent timing. Latte. I'm gonna head off. Have a good one. Latte. Thank you, sir. Great to see you. Thanks for posting your screenshot. Enjoy the rest of your flight. And hopefully we'll see you again soon, mate. All the best. Take care. Just waiting on Nighthawk to come in. Oh, I'm getting hungry as well. I want to eat something. Don't know what I'm going to eat. Make a bacon sandwich. Not healthy, but I just fancy a bacon sandwich. Just bacon. Not a lot. Just a little bit. Actually, BLT sounds good. Does BLT sound good? Yeah. Bit of mayo. Bit of mustard as well. I put bread, mustard, bacon, lettuce, tomato, mayo. Perfect. Okay, he's coming in now. Coming close. That sounds good. Yeah, yeah, that sounds great, doesn't it? Shall we all agree to go off and make a BLT? All right. Come on, Stu. You got to show me up here. Look at all the palm trees. That's an interesting looking building, isn't it? Does it actually look like that? I suspect it probably doesn't. I think it's it's flat. It looks flattened. Oh, there you go, BLT. Thanks, Stu. Here he comes. Looking good. Oh, look at that. Oh, it looks like he's floating too, actually. There's a lot of ground effect. Yeah, I think Nighthawk had a floater too. And a bounce, possibly. Yes, okay, I don't feel so bad now. We both seem to get a lot of ground effect on that landing. Cool. Alright, I'm waiting for Nighthawk to pull around here and we'll get a nice close-up look. Don't bother walking inside the airplane at the moment. What we can do is just see what our RTT temperature is. The engines are still very warm. Too hot to put the covers on, so at this point I think we're just going to turn that battery off. Let's get off. There we go. Right, everybody pile out the airplane. Oh, wait a minute. I depressurized. Yeah. There we go. Ah, fresh air. Beautiful. There's Nighthawk. Well, guys, thank you ever so much. That was an absolute lovely flight. A huge thank you to Nighthawk for the flight plan, too. We like to do these radio beacons, what I call egg hunts. Where we just have nothing apart from a flight plan that we want to fly and the beacons that we need to track it. And it's worked absolutely brilliantly today. So huge thanks for Nighthawk to put that flight plan together. And a huge thank you to Just Flight and Black Square for providing us with the Starship to do such an amazing job of it. Really, really awesome. So I can't wait to do that again. I can see Nighthawk's already walking around. He's going over to have a word with Mrs. Tippy. Do you have any Grey Poupon? That's what he'll be asking, right? Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Wish you all the best. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and we'll see you here, right here again on Positive Rate. Take care, folks. All the best.